Hello, my name is Tom Hickling. I'm a Windows Virtual Desktop Global Black Belt at Microsoft, and in this short video I'm going to show you how you can update some virtual machines in an existing host pool. So the use case here is you have an existing host pool with some session host VMs within it presented to users, and you want to replace those virtual machines with a new and improved image. Now you could do that by creating a brand new host pool, presenting a new icon to users, asking them to use that new one, and then switch them over via that mechanism. Or you could use our ARM template, which will replace those virtual machines by building new and then deleting the existing ones, and thus the user will continue to use the same icon, launching the same host pool, which is a much cleaner user experience. So to start off, I'm just going to go to our management UI and look at the host pool. So in this case, it's host pool 1, and note there are two session host virtual machines in there, host pool 1-0 and then -1. From an Azure perspective, my resource group is also called host pool 1, and the infrastructure, including the virtual machines, reside in there. Now, if I go to our GitHub template, we have this update existing Windows Virtual Desktop host pool template, which if you go and deploy to Azure, will end up looking like this. Now, this is the standard set of WVD questions that need to be answered in order to deploy a host pool. Now, a couple of things to note here is your resource group. So I could deploy this into a brand new resource group, but in this instance, I'm going to be deploying this new infrastructure into my pre-existing host pool 1 resource group. The remaining questions are pretty standard, so you get to choose your image that you want. So I'm going to choose Office 365 Pro Plus with Windows 10 multi-session. And then the next thing that's important is the RDSH name prefix. So this is the name of the virtual machines that will be created. So the thing to note here is this needs to be unique. If this is exactly the same as the existing session host, then this will fail. So make sure you modify this to be unique. So in this instance, I've just replaced or placed an X on the end. The second thing is the number of instances. So you would have noticed there were two session hosts in my existing host pool. I could have put 2 in there. In fact, I could put any number. If I put 2, it would add 2 and delete the existing 2. In this case, I'm going to use the use case where I'm replacing, but also my user count has grown, so I want to add in an additional host pool at the same time, hence why I've put in 3 there. The rest of the questions are pretty stock standard in terms of the virtual machine characteristics, the Active Directory domain that I need to join, the virtual network that these will reside on, some details about my tenant group and WVD tenant, and then the existing host pool that this is going to go into. And then my admin user account that has access to that tenant. And then the final things of importance here are what you want to do with the existing virtual machines. Now, I could just stop those virtual machines by choosing deallocate, or I could actually delete those virtual machines, which is what I'm going to do here. And then you have the option of sending your users a notification message asking them to log off and giving it some time. So I'm going to give the users 10 minutes, and then I just agree to the T's and C's and then click on purchase. This will kick off that ARM template, which will take a number of minutes. So once that's kicked off, we will come back and look at how that's proceeded. So as you can see, this template is nearly completed. What it has done is it's deployed and then joined 3 virtual machines to my domain, and it's currently deploying the DSC extensions to add these 3 virtual machines into my host pool. What it's also done, as can be seen here, if I drag over my session, is it sent a log off message to my user. So this will, in this instance, give me 10 minutes before it shuts down this virtual machine. So what I will just do is to log off and then come back when that template has fully completed. Okay, so this template has completely finished now. You'll see all the steps have been completed. If I go back to the WVD management console, what you'll see now is there's 3 rather than 2 session hosts in there. And note they've all got the X in the name as per the template. And again, my host pool has been updated, 3 virtual machines in there as expected. The previous 2, as I chose to delete those VMs, are no longer here, nor their storage, so in no way am I paying for anything that's been left over from those virtual machines. And then just to show that this has actually happened, this is my user who's launched that desktop. And if I just click on host name here, what you should see is X in the name. And this image has got the Office 365 Pro Plus within it. So there you go. Just using this template is a simple mechanism for updating your host pool and replacing the existing virtual machines within it without providing too much user interruption. Thank you very much.